There, so I'm live, and if you're on my YouTube, or sorry, if you're on my Twitter, then you saw what I see every time that I turn on a video right now. And if you weren't on there, then what you should know is what I see is a huge screen of text telling me that when I make a video like this one right here, which is about Vinegar Syndrome, which does deal with content that's kind of adulty, what happens is they demonetize me immediately. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Alan. How's it going? The two A's, right? They immediately tell me that they're going to restrict my ad revenue to none. So there we go. But my channel has never been one of those. Anyway, hey, William. But needless to say, I'm still pretty down and depressed about it all. Hey, George. Because the new rules, Adrian, have them saying that if you're making a video that is not explicitly saying that it's kid friendly, there's something that comes up here. Hey, Michael, welcome. We're going to talk Vinegar Syndrome, and they restrict the thing is that there's usually ads or overlays, that type of thing, but they will turn them off and restrict them and restrict you from being able to be monetized on them at all. Now, just so you know, somebody like me, with a channel as small as I am, like they can still have ads. Right? I don't get the 0.1 cent off the ad. That YouTube just gets the money off the ads, not me anymore. So not when I do a video that's that I couldn't like legit say is for kids. Yeah. Hey, welcome, Ned. So I got a new T-shirt today, Jurassic Park, and there's a reason behind that. I got to work. My better half is home, which was I was super excited. She got home just before I went to work, actually. So we got to spend about 5 minutes together. So I had to go to work. Hey, Batman. But I got to work and I had my my sweater on, but I get there and it's actually hot. So I got like 10 minutes before I got to go to work, and I realized that I didn't bring my belt, and these pants don't work without a belt. Thanks. So I run to Walmart, and I grab like pretty much the cheapest belt I can get. And I'm looking through the t-shirts. I grab the Star Wars t-shirt, and I go up to the counter, and she's like, "This Star Wars t-shirt is ringing in for 2 cents. We can't sell it to you." But 2 cents is the perfect price. But apparently if it rings in for like 2 cents or like somewhere around there, then they're not allowed to sell it. That means it's unsellable. So they take it and they take it off the rack. So my runner-up was Jurassic Park, which is actually probably a bit better because I don't have any Jurassic Park shirts, and I do have a couple of Star Wars ones. So the geek thing, keep going. Anyway, it is a week away from Black Friday, which for me looks utterly gorgeous. I am going to spend what I can. I don't know if I'll get as much as I did like on the halfway Black Friday sale. Hey, Emily, welcome. I never got to do a Facebook one this time like I normally do. No, no, I wish. It takes quite a few months. See, YouTube pays out in $100 increments. And if you have a channel that has just a few viewers like me, then you don't even make $100 within a month. Now, if you got a channel like PewDiePie or someone like that, then you make a lot of money. Then even some of those bigger channels don't make money off of YouTube anymore because the revenue stream has changed, and they'll make it through merchandising or Patreon or Super Chats or coffee something, whatever the hell that coffee thing's called. But most people like nowadays, YouTubers on here, unless they like really started at the beginning. I actually put up a guess not that long ago. They said that the two secret for the two secret titles, I'm pretty sure, and I think pretty much everybody's sure. Electric Dreams. Oh, are you talking about the computer one? Love is Love? Is that a different film? Like, because the one I think about when you say the word Electric Dreams, uh, the Boy George song comes into my head very clearly every time. Which, by the way, if that is the movie, Love is Love is one of my favorite songs when I was growing up. And when I would have crushes on certain girls throughout high school, that would be one of the songs I would listen to as I mooned over them, actually. And got nowhere because I was a big geek. Uh, but yes, that in case you haven't seen the movie, guys, in Electric Dreams, there's this sophisticated computer that kind of writes a love song for the lead character, and because he's I think he's a musician or something, and the song is a Boy George song, "Love Is Love." If you've never heard it, it's actually a really touching, really nice love song to check out. So I love the film. I didn't. Is it out on Blu-ray? Because that's one that I would love to see. Get like Shout Select for is a company I could see, or MVD Rewind, like putting it that one. Morning Mug. And Emily, you asked about the Vinegar Syndrome ones. So let's look at that. I'm sure like some of the bigger YouTubers get like get payments out of it. I talk too much about payment nowadays. I really shouldn't. I'm not like a career YouTuber, I guess. So the words I'm looking for. But it does help at times when like things are tighter. I would love to have the movie Electric Dreams. I didn't even know it was out. It's on Blu-ray. Oh wow. Hey Joseph. But let me say, I'm curious about the two secret VS titles. No one seems to be putting many guesses up. That's a good one. Hey Kathy, welcome back. I've heard that one of them, and I'm not sure if it's a VSA title or a secret title. I'm region free, so I can actually probably buy it. Does it still have the cartoony like computer cover with the computer looking almost like kind of evil type thing? Because I remember like the poster art with like the computer with the horns and like smiling, kind of the wickedly smiling face. I do see. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. See, Michael, Angel trilogy, hands down, was one of my favorite. Like I wasn't joking before. Honestly, that was a want for me for a long time. I haven't actually. I haven't seen Gwendolyn's Satanic Tame movie, if I remember correctly. Haven't seen it in years, and it's one that I'm intrigued about. But I will be doing a Severin eccentric video before the Black Friday sale comes out. I did see it in this theater too, and then I remember renting it afterwards. And then then Much Music, which is a Canadian version of MTV, would play the song, and I remember getting a VHS tape. I'm an older guy, so I have VHS, and taping off "Love Is Love," and eventually once again, and a couple other ones that were around that time too, like soundtrack ones. They have this time when they put on like a bunch of soundtrack, like music videos at the early in the morning. But as for the Vinegar Syndrome titles, like the secret titles, I'm gonna shout Vinegar Syndrome, Ragman. The I'm a Vinegar Syndrome. Like my Twitter handle is Mr. VinSyn. Mine, do you think it will be? That'd be interesting. Spookies is highly thought to be one of the titles. I do think that one of the VSA titles is going to be. Did you like them, Kathy? Is going to be the Vice Academy trilogy. I kind of do. Some people think it's going to be two double features, but I got a feeling that we're going to get a Vice Academy triple feature on for one of the VSAs, and it'll probably be like a two Blu-ray set. And which one did you like best? And I'm not quite sure on the second one. I think one of the secret titles is going to be Spookies. I'm pretty sure that's it, because it hits all the clues, right? Spookies definitely hits all the clues. It even ties to like Night Beast. So that means that there's one we don't know, one of a more exploitation one that we don't know on the secret titles, and there's one VSA that we don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure. I would go at this point, like from the clues that they put out, Emily. I'd be like 98% sure that we're probably going to get Spookies. I would love it if Spookies came. I That's what I'm not sure about. When spooky if with Spookies came like their, what's it called? Spookies was originally another film as well. Like there was a that because it was supposed to be kind of like an anthology type film. So there's another movie, with a lot of that material that has never been released, which is kind of like a different version of Spookies. What's it called? Twisted Nightmares or something like that. It'll be interesting to see if that is going to be on that one as well. My dad does, Alan. He has that one. I've got one King Kong set over here, but I think it only has King Kong on it. Hold on. I'm actually like looking right at it, so I can actually show you. And it's only in DVD. Does it have Son of Kong or any of that things there? Nope. We got documentary though. This is the one I got. Now there's a bigger one than this that has like more of the films and stuff on it, but this is my edition of Kong. I wish I had those other ones, because I'm a huge movie monster fan. But does anybody else have any guesses on what the VinSyn secret releases are going to be? Eventually, I can't afford it right now, Michael, but eventually I'll get the huge Godzilla set. Actually, one of the viewers on here sent me something which didn't show up today. Actually, apparently it was supposed to be out for delivery today, but I guess it didn't get out today. But it should be coming out. So I may be doing a video tomorrow if it shows up tomorrow. Elves. I would love it if it was elves. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I remember being like super cheesy. Is that the one that has Dan Hargitay, who kind of has a beard like me? he's like Grizzly Adams at one point. That's Elves, right? Am I confusing that with another film? Okay, yeah. It's super crazy, and I would love it if that was the film. So I would see Elves coming as one of the secret titles, not as the VSA. It's a fun one, Kathy. It's got Grizzly Adams in it. How can you not want that? And if you want to see Grizzly Adams like a kind of sidekicky type character, that's not the bear you want, but that is the Native American, then you can see him on Halloween 5, because that's Don Shanks. He played Michael Myers. Useless information nobody really needs to know, but there you go. One of the VSAs I can't get. So I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, they could be like moving the Vice Academy set to next year, but I kind of do think it's the Vice Academy one, and I will definitely buy it. I'll definitely upgrade, but it leaves me not knowing what the other one is. So if Elves turns out to be the one. Did you really? Was he a nice guy? Because he seems like a nice guy. Home Sweet Home that's the made-for-TV thriller, right? And the only way I've ever been able to get that one, Emily, is on like a 25 movie set that I bought at the Dollarama once. Everybody needs more Divine, but Pretty Peaches, the trilogy, is actually not bad. There are a lot of Vice films. Well, there's there's 6 Vice Academy films. I apologize. Altogether, they were released by BCI. At least I think there's 2 volumes released. The first volume I think is easier to get, even though they're both out of print. Hey, Border, than the second volume is. I actually have the first volume of the Voice Academy series. The first 2 had Linnea Quigley in it, and then she left. And then they kind of did different casting for the films. Ginger Lynn's actually in some of them as well. I'm not sure if she's in all of them. I don't think she is. Excuse me. Oh, damn. But I think she's in the first 3. So everybody knows what Vice Academy is, though, right? Like, it's kind of like I did, unfortunately, Michael. I have most of them, like in one form or another. I was hoping that he'd have some stuff. What could I show? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. The good thing about having something that can move like this is, I can just move it around. So this is the original Vice Academy set right here. Vice Academy collection came out by BCI back when BCI was the thing. I used to watch Viper every week, though. It sees Ginger Lynn Allen and Linnea Quigley. For the first 2 now in the third one, definitely go nice with the Angel set. It has Elizabeth Catane, who was, of course, in she's on the cover of Slaughter University, but she's also in Friday 13th, and Julia Parton, is that Dolly Parton's sister? Is in this. No, this was definitely not a TV show. Now this one here had some features on it. There was director's commentary on the films, interviews with some of the people. Now, and another thing that can make this one impossible is the director of the film. Look, because these 3 films here, the Voice Academy films, are directed by somebody that Vinegar Syndrome has worked with before. So let's go. So Voice Academy were films that were made by Rick Sloan. And if you don't know who Rick Sloan is, you will in a second. Because 9 chances out of 10, if you've been collecting Vinegar Syndrome, you got at least one of the 2 releases that they put out by Rick Sloan. So one of them is this one right here, Hobgoblins. So this is Rick Sloan's most famous film, aside from the Vice Academy series. So Rick Sloan did this. Though that's not the only film that they put out more recently. They put out a Rick Sloan kind of double feature. And I'll see if I can find it here for you. But just watch me right now. I won't be able to because that's the type of night this is. Maybe I got the... I do have the special edition of it. Blood Theater and The Visitants, which is also a Rick Sloan double feature. So we've seen them put out Hobgoblins. We've seen that more recently. They put out Blood Theater and The Visitants double feature. We know that Vice Academy is one that Vinegar Syndrome we're looking at. So if you're a fan of Rick Sloan, or if you like Hobgoblins or Blood Theater, if you just like Linnea Quigley, it also kind of hits that mark as well, because Vinegar Syndrome also worked a lot with Linnea Quigley. How many Vinegar Syndrome titles do I have? Not a lot, but tell you what, do I have a secret to Christmas? I don't actually. I got to get that one because I like really bad movies. So Sexual is not one, but okay, let's go. 97. I got 97 Vinegar Syndrome titles. I don't think it's any upstairs. There might be. 97 here, downstairs anyway. But needless to say, I still have a lot to pick up. But I've managed to get a couple like kind of cool ones. Massacre Video is a really good film company, Michael. I've only got one of their releases in actuality, and which is a real shame. And if I can find it here, I will show it to you. Because they really caught my eye too when I was in Ottawa. I went to Video Search Miami, and I saw Massacre Video. Where's it at? I can't find it right now, but oh, here it is. And I recommend it actually. The Fiend by Don Dohler. This is a Massacre Video release, and if you've never checked this one out, it's super fun film that I definitely recommend. And if you like this, if you've already got this one and you're a Don Dohler fan, then make sure to check out this newer Don Dohler film that came out recently, which I think is a lot of fun, and it's called Night Beast by Vinegar Syndrome. So this is a cool, cheesy, fun film. And I think that this one is going to be, this is a tie to the Spookies. What are the must-haves of Vinegar Syndrome? Well, good question, actually. I think that, like, for me, I love The Uninvited. I think that's a really good film. Like, in a cheesy way. Understand, when talking about a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff, I don't have the sequel or the remake. I remember watching the actual TV show of it on there. There's nothing out there. If you don't have this one, definitely have this one. This is really good, and feature-wise, and that's not just small featurettes. No, these are actual films and short films and all kinds of stuff on there. So I definitely recommend that one. If you are a slasher fan, I am going to recommend to you Splatter University. It's Muslim's one I need, actually. Mausoleum. There's Elizabeth Catane right there, the girl that will be in Vice Academy 3. She's quite cute. So I would recommend that one, like, hands down. As for some of the earlier ones, if there are any 5 films, 5 years left, grab those. Pick up the VSAs. Well, there's still VSAs. Like, this one's still available. Disconnected, yes, I definitely agree. Unfortunately, that one's out of print. Graduation 8, yes. Christmas Evil, yes. Drop Dead Delilah, I got it, but I haven't watched it yet. And Mausoleum, 100%. I need a Mausoleum. I really liked, it's not probably not going to say, but I really like Berserker. It stuck with me. Unmasked 25, excellent film as well. That's one of the newer ones. Night Train and the Terror, I definitely recommend. I don't have Liquid Sky yet. I really need Liquid Sky. There's definitely a few that I need. Not yet. I've seen Savage Heart before. It was a long time ago. What are the best sets to get for Giallos? I have no idea what the Spanish Italian Giallos they're going to be from Vinegar Syndrome yet. I'm actually trying to work on that in my head. If you're just starting it with Giallos, like, the Arrow stuff is really good. Oh, Incubus is one that I strongly recommend. Joseph, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I've been on like a couple podcasts called Just the Disc with done by Brian Sauer. And Incubus is one of the movies that I talked about, that we talked about in length, actually. It's one of my favorites, and it's one that I recommend everybody get. The Incubus and A Woman's Torment are two ones that I think everybody has to have. Am I a fan of the Outer Limits TV series? Yep. You did say orgasm. I read that just as I was coming down here, actually. That'd be interesting. It'd be kind of comical, wouldn't it? Because wasn't that what 88 Films originally thought they were going to release, and then it turned out to be something else? Either way, I would love to have like, and I will get any Giallo set that comes out from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm a huge Giallo fan. If you're starting at collecting Giallos and you haven't like looked at them before, hey Javid, I recommend like looking into like, especially for region free, looking into a company called Shameless Screen Entertainment. They're from the UK and they put out a lot of like kind of benchmark Giallos that everybody needs in their collection. Some of them have been upgraded, but it's a great way to start if you've never like collected Giallo before. That's how I first saw The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, like movies like Almost Human. They did do a movie called Orgasmo. That's a very different Orgasmo though. I think Weekend at Bernie's, if it doesn't get a shout select release down the road, then it's going to be one of those kind of like factory studio releases. But the Weekend at Bernie's 2 thing, normally you'll see like with with a company like Shout Select. That seems like the type of company that will put that out. As for other movies, if you can grab it in a sec, but I don't. Somebody said Fugitive Girls sold out. It's a real shame because that's one that I do recommend. I do have the washing machine actually. It's one of their best cases too, and it's right here. It's probably the second best case that they ever put out. With this being the best that Shameless ever did. This is the Bronx Warriors trilogy. What's Ennio Castrali, I think, did that one. I probably mispronounced his name, and I do apologize about that, but I mispronounced names a lot. Washing Machine is one of Deodato's most underrated little films, and I actually love it. I don't actually that one actually. The church, actually I got the church from Shameless too, is this one, right? Make sure there's no nudity on the front. Oh, there is. Okay, gotta be careful. This is the church. Michele Saves. There's also the Sect, which I already had by another company. So I didn't have to get, that one from them, though I might down the road. Sister Ursula, by the way. If you like the Giallo, so if you're just getting in Giallo and you like the kind of the more risque Giallos, then, Alan knows what Sister Ursula is. Then you might want to check out Sister Ursula. It actually has a really good cast. It's different and unique. I really liked it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pretty sure Barbara Magnolfi from Suspiria is in that one, if I remember back correctly. I actually can see it over there, but I haven't got it. I want to see another cool cover that was put out, since this is an 18 plus one anyway, by but it's not nudity, don't worry, by them. So this is a Lucio Fulci one, and this is Contraband. This is a lenticular cover that Shameless put out for Contraband. If this doesn't convince you to like at least check out some Shameless releases, I really liked Hatchet, and I did think Victor Crowley was a Hatchet 1 and 2 are great. Hatchet 3 is meh. Victor Crowley is actually pretty good. And that's not the only one they put out like that, by the way. There was a science fiction novel called The 10th Victim that was actually made into a movie. And this is the cover for The 10th Victim. Hollywood Vice Squad. That actually does sound like a great Vinegar Syndrome release. But no, there's a ton of things. Like Sudden Fury is a great release. Incubus, I recommend anybody pick up. I like The Killing Kind. It's a little bit slower, but I actually really like that one. The same with like Raw Force, which everybody has anyway, so I don't need to recommend that one to anybody. Any of the Dolomite films, like Dolomite, like Bandit, Yuma Tornado, stuff like that. If you're a blaxploitation fan, definitely grab those. Like, I'll be honest, there's so much good stuff that Vinegar Syndrome put out. Luther the Geek, that's not for everybody. A lot of people, when I say Luther the Geek to people say, I'm not sure about Luther the Geek. I didn't like that one. I actually did like it. It's always been a favorite of mine. If you're a Stacey Tadiak fan, I saw them before they actually came to North America through nefarious means, but I saw them. They were called Dod Snow. That was the original. I guess this whatever country it was from actually title. Actually, I do have Criterions over there. I actually got like a. So there's my Samurai Trilogy. Right here is my Jacques Demy, my Zadiichi. Of course, I have the Ingmar Bergman set. Bloody New Year is one of my favorites. You know that. I love Bloody New Year. People don't give Bloody New Year enough credit. That's one of the Norman J. Warren ones that never gets talked about. Everybody talks about things like The Terror, which is not as good as Bloody New Year, in my opinion. Unavoided is one I first mentioned. People will talk about like Prey, which is an excellent film, by the way, which if you don't have, it is a great one. Now, some people in the UK may have gotten the Indicator set. I love Blood Harvest. I was talking about Blood Harvest before Blood Harvest was coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. Like, there's a few titles that they put out that if you're like a long-time watcher on my channel, then you know that I was like, those are ones that I was like clamoring to get put out. Blood Harvest is one of them. There's Something Out There was the other one. I don't actually. I don't have a hard disk net of Criterion. I wish I should. There's a lot of Criterions that I don't have that I want. Like, I still don't have The Brood, and that's like sacrilege for somebody like me. It's such a big fan of Cronenberg, and a huge fan of The Brood as well. I've only got The Brood on an MGM DVD release. Had to sit down for a minute, but don't worry, we can actually go around here a little bit more. I like Werewolf Woman of the SS, the one that Rob Zombie did. I wish that was an actual film. I actually do have the Silence, well, not the Blu-ray, let me clarify. I've got the original Silence of the Lambs Criterion edition that came out. I was actually super excited about that. It was a little while back, actually. It's not like old, but it's not recent either. I was a huge fan of that. The ladies, those would actually be perfect ones. Thanksgiving was a good one from Eli Roth. Don't what? Candy Samples died September 23rd, too. Did she really? I didn't know she was dead. Rest in peace, Candy Samples. You adorn my shelf and make many people happy. I wonder how old she was. Wow. Well, then she. Oh, don't. Okay. Then I will say one thing. She definitely led a. She'll be remembered, and 91 years is a pretty damn good run. To be honest with you. You're talking about White Dog? Well, the Samuel Fuller one? No, the Vinegar Syndrome one. There's a Killer Dog movie by Vinegar Syndrome. Which one is it? I have a few, Emily. Mostly they were given to me. I have the one I can never open up because I don't want to get hit with copyright. Is there was this one like this. I've got a Friday the 13th one. Play Dead. Okay, no, I don't have that one yet actually. And it's like the Friday 13th character from like Jason from the video games, right? But if you open it up, it makes like the like noise from the video game. That's a more recent one. I don't have that one yet. I'm a ways behind when it comes to Splatterhouse. I have on 8 films, so I didn't bother to like. It wasn't one that I like it, but I don't love it. So it's not one of the ones that like they put out like a really cool like slip cover and everything to that one, and a lot of people upgraded, right? So, but it just it was good, but it wasn't one where I had to say I gotta rebuy it again type of thing. Now there's a movie that came out called Pigs, by the way. That was like came out originally under Trauma, and I got the old Trauma DVD of it. It's not the best quality. That one I do have to upgrade to. Telephone Book is one I'm waiting to upgrade to for ages. But I had planned to get a few of the older titles this time around again, like I did last time, and slowly make my way up to the new stuff. Snake and Mongoose. I will definitely look for it. But the new stuff that they're putting out, I haven't actually. I don't think I have anyway. I just want. I mean, What? That sounds familiar. I don't remember it very well, but I know I've seen it. What do I think well, we know Christmas Evil is going to be one. That's a certainty. I would, if I was to like guesstimate, I would say to go for some of the more popular titles that they want to sell, and they'll pick one that maybe not be the best seller that they want to like get more to sell better. So I would say maybe Madman as one of the more popular titles that could possibly get a slipcover. And then I'd say to go for something that maybe, if they're smart, and Vinegar Syndrome are pretty smart, they'll pick a title that may not be the biggest seller, but they'll give it a really cool slipcover that'll actually hopefully sell some more. That's what I do as a company. Like they put out Demonide, and as far as I know, Demonide was not a huge seller. It was an okay one. It wasn't like a gigantic seller for Vinegar Syndrome, but they put out a special like slipcover for it, and more people bought Demonide. And for me, it's one of the weaker Vinegar Syndromes. I do, Alan. Actually, I got a few, but you know the truth of the matter, like most everybody on here knows what the rare and out of print Blu-rays and DVDs are before me. I was doing a video here a while back, and I was Logan Toxic, and I'm sure you've seen his channel before, was on here, and so I was looking through some stuff, and I picked up this one. Well, I guess it was the Vincent Price one from Scream Factory, and he said, that's probably one of your most expensive titles that you own in your collection. I'm like, nah, it's Scream Factory. Then I looked online, and yeah, they're selling it for a lot of money. Though for me, it like really doesn't matter. It just is cool to have an out of print title, but I don't like resell my stuff. So it's more of like, look, I've got this one. Then I can make money on this one type thing. Don't answer the phone would be actually a good idea. That is a really good guess, actually. I would. I don't own Don't Answer the Phone. I would love it if it was Don't Answer the Phone, but that would definitely tempt me. That one is it Nicholas Worth? I may have the name totally wrong, but he was from like I thought it was Nicholas Worth, the name. I'm probably getting the name wrong. He was from like a Dark Man and like movies like that. He usually plays like a thug type character, and he's the star, like the killer in Don't Answer the Phone. And I kind of want that because I've got Disconnected as well, which are two totally different films, by the way, but they both have serial killers in them. These would be interesting. Basically, Total Recall, Flash Gordon. Oh, nice. Breathless, Elephant Man. I don't know if I get Irreversible. I love the movie, but I don't know if I can watch it a second time. Well, I have watched it a second. I don't want to watch it again. Type thing. I watched it with my. Well, I did watch it with my better half, because or did I? Yeah, we did actually when we were first starting to. I think it was early on in like the dating. We watched Irreversible. It's a hard film to watch. Which streaming service? That's going to make a difference. So do we, because we both like. I think we both seen it, like and but she knew, or she'd seen it before, and she knew that it was going to get difficult. So there's a certain part of the movie where she kind of went. I remember that was one of these. Well, she was a huge French film fan, and she really liked what's her name, Vincent Cassel. She was like, it bothered me actually. I'm not gonna lie to you, it did bother me. I couldn't watch it again. It played obviously Irreversible. If you've seen the film, it's a harsh film. It's pretty brutal, and it plays in reverse. So by the time we find out what happened, it's a gut punch. Well, Martyrs is different. Martyrs bothers you on a whole different level. Like Martyrs didn't bother me for like the torture scenes or anything like that, right? Martyrs bothered me for the ending. Me and my oldest talked about Martyrs for weeks afterwards. And what she whispered. Dream Demon. I saw that, like the name there, and I thought of My Demon Lover, which is a movie with the guy from like, Nick from Family Ties. Now the remake of Martyrs I didn't love so much, but I did watch it because I had the girl from Pretty Little Liars, and You. She's also in the series You, and I watched both those shows. I'm actually eagerly awaiting the second season of You. If you haven't checked it out, a very different show, which I recommend anybody. Edition Predators Collector's Edition. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. I don't think so. My better half, Scott Valentine. Thanks, Joseph. My better half might, but I don't. She's more into she knows more about French cinema than I do. Like, obviously, she grew up in Morocco, and in case like you're not aware, like Morocco is a country that has a lot of like European and French cinema comes their way. So she grew up with like French cinema and anime, like because they had this like huge anime block there. We got like regular Saturday morning cartoons. They had like once a day. There's like a 2.5 hour block, which was just all anime stuff. Like that's why we got a lot of this of like stuff that we got like Dragon Ball Z and oh god, what's it called? Well, she knows them here anyway. Joyride. I like Joyride. Candy Cane. I have Frontiers here too. I've seen that release. And it does look gorgeous. Tales from the Dark Side and the movie Graveyard Shift. Are you on Blu-ray.com? Because, but those are two super wants of mine. I'm a huge Tales from the Dark Side fan. I got the TV series. I would love to see the movie get a special Scream Factory edition. She is back, actually. She's sleeping right now. Jet lag. Yeah, Paul Walker. Paul Walker and Steve. I can't remember his name right now, but he was such good, really good character actor. He's somebody that just got let go from a hockey program. And you can enjoy more Paul Walker and Tammy and the T-Rex. That is true, Nethead. And they still have a good relationship, pretty much with France, actually. Pleasantville. Yeah, I forgot about Pleasantville. I'm actually surprised that they haven't. I'm guessing there must be rights issues. Like Flesh Gordon, and I do have the red green set. My better half is actually an even bigger red green fan than I am. So a few years back, when it went on sale during pretty much close to Christmas, actually went on sale. The big one, like Flesh Gordon 2 Cosmic Cheerleaders. No, John Wright. No, the sequels don't have Paul Walker. I don't think. Like the sequels are just on their own, like Rusty Nails in them, but none of the other original. I would definitely buy Flesh Gordon. It's got some great like stop motion animation in there as well. Fan of world history. I my youngest is use kind of history geography. Do I like Flash Gordon? Yes, but Flash Gordon is one of my better half's favorite films. We went to a digital film festival, and one of the movies that we got to see there was like Flash Gordon. I'd already seen it like in theater like years ago when I was a kid, but she'd never seen it. She's younger than I am. She's like 7 or 8 years younger than me. 8 years younger than me. So she wasn't old enough to see Flash Gordon in the theater. Blessed, exactly. But it was a big deal for her to finally be able to see one of her favorite films in the theater. She's a big like sci-fi fantasy fan. She's someone that reads, the Lord of the Rings trilogy on a regular basis, like once a year type of thing. She's a huge like Neil Gaiman fan. Brian Bless. I still can't forget his part in And what was it? Doctor Who. Because Perry's. I do want to get some, but I don't think I'll get them during the sale. Like Boys Next Door is one I've wanted for ages, like hands down. That's one that I saw when I was younger. I'm a huge Maxwell Caulfield fan, enormous Maxwell Caulfield fan. Grease 2, one of my favorites. You do not want to know how many times I've seen Grease 2. I am interested in Severin Kids line. I do think that might be their winner coming into the new year. If they're putting out some stuff that I think they're putting out, Revenge of the Living Dead. Yeah, that's right. They're putting out 5, aren't they? 5 releases that they're slowly revealing the titles to, right? And the first one they mentioned was Revenge of the Living Dead Girls. I don't know what that is. I'll be completely bluntly honest with you. I don't. If I've seen it, I don't remember seeing it. Title sounds awesome, but I don't know if I've seen the film, and that's So if anybody's seen Revenge of the Living Dead Girls, then they know it's an awesome movie or something to check out. Or okay, maybe that's why I haven't seen it. Grease 1. I like the Grease films. Stranded at the Drive-In, still one of my favorite songs. And of course, Summer Lovin'. Isn't When the Wind Blows Severin? Or am I wrong on that one? I don't have a lot of Czech films, actually. I got a couple, but not. I do not have that one. Because When the Wind Blows is coming out under the Severin Kids label. I got that right? And that's one of the things that makes me intrigued by Severin Kids, because they're putting out like films that and like under the kids label, that I as an adult would be very interested in. I might be the only person who would want this, and I'm just going to say this, but when I was a kid, there was these like Pippi Longstocking films that these showed in the theater. They showed like very dark. They showed like a Pippi Longstocking, and they showed Super Cop, which is an Italian film with Terrence Hill in it. But I remember the Pippi Longstocking one, like she was like tough and she like chewed on nails. Oh, Michael, yes, Severin just started a new line, kind of an offshoot label, much like their Intervision is their shot on video stuff. Severin Kids, and you got the Severin like girl, except it's a kid like with ponytails. And they're doing like the Peanut Butter Solution, they're doing When the Wind Blows. They're a whole line of kind of like different, like in some darker and more kids films like that I actually do want in my collection, that I do want to own. And they're definitely worth looking into. There's even a set, Severin being the ever so great with their merchandising, I've already put a Severin's Kids t-shirt, which I kind of want like really badly, to be honest with you. Watership Down definitely destroyed me as a kid. Yes, I did. I don't own it yet. There's a Criterion put it out actually. But when I was young, Watership Down was played. We used to have this fire hall, and in a town that I lived in, and the most I've ever paid, I actually probably don't know, Michael, because I'm lucky enough that I have a better half, and she has gotten a lot of stuff for me as gifts. And the one thing that she asked is that I don't ask her the price of the one she got. I know that she did pay a bit for like certain ones. The original Hell Comes to Frogtown from Arrow Video with the booklet before the reprint was announced. She paid a bit for that one. I'm guessing like for the edition that I got over there of With No Eye, she probably paid a bit for that as well, because I know that one was like with a print when she picked it out. She found, but one of the most expensive things in our collection, and it's one that my better half bought, was because we collect these. This is probably it right here. The Chronological Download, I think Volume 3. It was the last one we needed in the Disney Treasures set. I'm pretty sure it was Volume 3. And she was bidding for it on eBay a few years back, and we were at a hockey game at the time in St. John's, and so she kept like bidding, thinking like she wasn't going to win, type of thing, and she won, and needless to say, it was a little bit more than she expected. It chapter two. I still haven't seen it. I'm waiting for the to watch it on 4K. I'll buy the 4K of that one. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not too excited about it. I want to be more excited, but I'm not. I'm just hoping it'll be a decent film. Yeah, that was ridiculously priced, I think. Do you get WCL releases? What is WCL? I haven't seen it, Michael. I really don't know. I like the actors. Not as much as I would like to, Ragman. I don't have a lot of money right now to spend on Black Friday. My better half is in Morocco, and that obviously took up some funds. Traveling and going from different place to place, and she needed to get food while she's there, and going to visit people and taxis and stuff like that. Oh, when the wind blows, I think so. With Severin, you never know. I would say it's probably region one, but as soon as I know, I'll let you know, Alan. Top 10 highest grossing horror films list yet? I haven't, actually. Oh, but yeah, for the like the Disney 10, just for the people that weren't aware, this is a complete collection of them right here. Some of my favorites include things like the Zorro releases. And I like a lot of the cooler stuff, the Hardy Buzz, the Mickey Mouse stuff, that kind of stuff. Wrote Sim Library. Whoa, no, I have not. I do. I have them all. Dr. Sin. The Goofy. The Goofy set was the first one I bought, Rich. I'm a huge Goofy fan. Goofy's my favorite of the the original cartoons, like Disney characters. World Cinema Library. I can't believe $500. Yeah, I picked up a 2001 set. Well, I didn't, but my dad did for my better half, and he paid like $20 something for it, which was really good because it had like stuff in there. I can't imagine it being that. I don't have 1942. I do remember that film. It had a comic book, and it was like it was one of the biggest bombs of all, like of that time. I didn't mind it actually. I kind of liked it. Plague Dogs is pretty depressing, especially if you like animals. Oh, 41. Okay, yeah, I don't have, then I definitely don't have 1942. But 1941 is the one with the John Belushi and like a full star-studded cast. What's my second favorite? Well, I gotta have a first favorite first, don't I? My first favorite, my second favorite, I don't know, it's probably Lolita. My my favorite is probably still gonna be. I go back and forth between 2001 and because I really like 2001. Favorite film of all time? You're newer here, aren't you, Ragman? It's Black Christmas 1974. That's my favorite film of all time. Like, not favorite horror film, favorite film of all time. Some people like hear me say that and think, oh, that's your favorite slash film. No, it's your favorite like horror film. No, it's my favorite film. I think it's one of the most brilliantly done films that I've ever seen, and it made me fall in love with cinema. Tale of Two Sisters? That sounds familiar. Have I seen that? If I haven't, I definitely am going to see it. Do you think that we could finally get Jack Frost 2 from Vinegar Syndrome? I do like Martin Scorsese films. I get asked that a couple. I got asked that a couple times actually, and I think that's probably because the whole like I love westerns. I have a lot of westerns. I love spaghetti westerns better than like North American westerns. Like to be completely blunt with you, I got like a few. I like the Stephanie. Welcome back. I have not seen you in ages. This is the great Stephanie Crawford here, podcaster and writer extraordinaire. Oh yeah, I got the Sartana set. I had to have the Sartana set. The Sartana set was incredible. It was amazingly well done. I did a couple like videos recently where I just highlighted my entire Arrow collection because I was asked to do that. And oh, you just ordered, dude! You are so gonna love that Sartana set. It is freaking amazing. I didn't know it was still in print actually. I thought it was in print. Did you get it like from eBay? Or did they re-release that like they do with some of their stuff? The Sartana set is like, oh, it's pretty awesome. Let's go over here. Stephanie was on the most recent Just to This podcast I actually listened to. So if you haven't listened to it, make sure you do. See, that you haven't been around in a while. I do this a lot now. This is kind of becoming part of my thing. And it keeps me active. So this here is the complete Sartana set. It is gorgeous, and it is one of the best things that Arrow Video ever put out, in my not so humble opinion. It's got a ton, and I do mean a ton, a plethora. We'll go with a bigger word. A plethora of special features that you're gonna love if you're a fan of the Sartana films. It's got a great book in it, and it is a super cool one. I'm guessing Stephanie, though she won't say, probably knows what those secret Vinegar Syndrome titles are. Just saying. So Steph, I called the Angel Trilogy. I'm going to say now, and I could be wrong, and I know you can't say anything, but I'm saying this right here, that Vice Academy Trilogy could be one of the VSAs. Just putting that out there, that I think that's a possibility. I do have Max Headroom in the complete series. That's in my other room, my what you call my secret room, my TV room. I do videos in there sometimes, and I do Max Headroom for a couple reasons. One of them I mentioned on another video is that me and my my cousin used to perform like kind of science fiction like audio plays, and I would play Max Headroom, and he would like just kind of alter my voice a bit to do the stammer and stuff like that. Because when I was young, my voice sounded very much like Max Headroom's. I love Vinegar Syndrome. I would guess, Michael, that probably a huge reason of that being is that I am in Canada, in Atlantic Canada, and Vinegar Syndrome are in the US. But I'm very excited, Steph, about next year's acquisitions, especially. I really want to know what those Giallos are going to be. Yes, Steph, why have I not been hired by Vinegar Syndrome yet? Aside from the fact of, like, I guess the geographical logistics of it. Who's my favorite director? Wow, that's hard. Bob Clark's definitely up there. Because he made some of my favorite films. I'm so in love with Betsy Russell. Well, it was anyway. I sound like Max, do I really? Me and Matt Frewer are both from Canada. That's the thing. Tomboy. I remember Tomboy. Oh, are they putting it Tomboy? I would love to see that come out from Vinegar Syndrome. I actually did not know there was a TV series called The Sixth Sense. See, I actually know that is true. Because me, Steph, me and you, we could definitely do a commentary on a Vinegar Syndrome release. You know that would rock. Ford v Fiera. I don't know what that is. When I see the word Ford, Fairlane, like just automatically goes after that. I was a huge Ford Fairlane fan. I know the movie inside out, and Billy Idol's "Rock the Cradle of Love," still probably my favorite Billy Idol song, actually, and I think it was his last hit. If you've never seen Ford Fairlane, you got to see it. What the new mystery release is going to be, I don't know. One of them, I'm guessing, might be Spookies. That is one of the mystery releases that I'm guessing. I'm guessing one of the VSA titles could possibly be the Vice Academy ones. And as I mentioned on here earlier, does basically, Vice Academy films were directed by Rick Sloan. At least the first three were, for sure. I'm not sure if the second three were. Rick Sloan, who did Hobgoblins, which came out from Vinegar Syndrome. Rick Sloan, who did Blood Theater and The Visitants, also recently put out by Vinegar Syndrome. So Vice Academy is a possibility. I would love to do a commentary, actually. That's a dream. That's like one of those boxes that I haven't checked off yet. What did I think? I was a little bit underwhelmed by the American Horror Story 1984 finale. Overall I liked it. I'm glad that they went with the happier ending this time around, a bit more sentimental. And I'm a huge Billie Lourd fan. And I don't think Billie Lourd ever looked as gorgeous as she did in American Horror Story 1984. She perfect for the 80s. Billie Lourd, she's the daughter, by the way, of of the now passed away Princess Leia. Yeah. Yes, actually, that's when they do reveal them. I don't have that. Wait a minute. Do I have Tin Man? No, I do have like an Oz. Yes, I do. I think I have it. Carrie Fisher. Yeah, I said Princess Leia because I totally forgot the name. Aside from that, because I have those. It scares me sometimes when I have those just brain. And I grew up loving Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher was one of my for a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say the word, but I knew they weren't going to do a Billy Idol cameo. Actually, I do think that eventually they will do a Billy Idol cameo for another season, and I know they thought about putting it in there, but I think they knew all along that that wasn't going to go off. I love the Burbs. I got the Burbs, the Arrow edition of the Burbs. I'm looking forward to adding VSA 3 and 4 to my collection during the Vinegar Syndrome sale. And if you don't have VSAs yet, get VSAs, because some people dragged their feet on this one and missed out on it. And look how sexy this looks. I was so excited to see this one come out, because the video store that I used to frequent had this a huge poster of this, and it was always rented out, so I never got to see it until I actually watched it there. I don't have the new Critter. I haven't heard a lot of good stuff about the new Critters one. It's one of those where I'm waiting for Black Friday to see if I can find it at $5 at a Best Buy or something like that. And I don't mind if it's like a DVD copy of that one. Yeah, I know you like Evil Town. You're like Evil Town's biggest fan, Mug. And it is a fun film. But it is one that if you've got Evil Town, Hollywood Vice Squad. Yeah, she was actually. I forgot about it. It's horrible. Skip Savage Harbor. Grab this time around. I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. It's got Frank Stallone, man. Frank Stallone. But if you got Evil Town, then you got to have, and I'm not even joking, because it is an excellently fun film. Where the hell is that? The one that I can't. You got to have the one I can't find, because I am freaking blind here. Evils of the Night. So if you got Evil Town, you picked up the VSA of Evil Town, and you're wondering, you got your fix with Evil Town, but you want to get a bit more of that, get yourself Evils of the Night. I know I see that on your Instagram and on your Twitter. On your Instagram? On your Twitter. And I get super jealous So one of these days, I'm going to visit Las Vegas. And you're going to show me the video store because there's nothing here, man. There's nothing here. I'm actually excited about the Banana Splits movie. I haven't seen it, but it looks just like super cheesy bad in a fun way, in like the most fun way. Like people are like, oh my God, it's Banana Splits. Banana Splits are freaking terrifying. I know they weren't supposed to be, but they were. We did have fan video. We don't have any of that stuff here now. Did you? I've always wanted to go to Vegas. Oh, I hate that. Arcrum cover. If it was an Arcrum cover, there'd be a different thing accentuated down there. But you're probably right. It does kind of look like an Arcrum cover. Jumbo Video is what we had. Well, that was a big one here. Jumbo Video was huge here. They lasted longer than Blockbuster did, actually. And if you don't know Jumbo Video, it's like it had like an elephant, like as its mascot. Two months old. Holy crap! I've never been to Vegas. Vegas and New York are two places that I've always wanted to go that I've never been, which I will eventually go to. Like we have friends in New York, so that's one place that we can definitely check out. And Vegas. Well, I know Steph, but it's a place that we've always wanted to go to as well. The Protector, which when you say The Protector, which film? Back here. There's a lot of places that I need to go. Recommendations, because I wanted to end this off on like a Vinegar Syndrome type recommendations thing. Because you guys asked me early on in the video, like stuff to pick up. If it's still available, I still say Shot. Shot is got one of the best covers. Like you want to see a Robert Crumb type of cover. Shot is one of the best covers I've ever seen put up by Vinegar Syndrome. If this limited edition is still available, get this limited edition. It's actually a pretty cool little film, very cheaply made. But oh, you're talking about like what's his name, Tony Jaa, right? I totally missed out there. I apologize. Massage Parlor Murders, again, also one that I think people bypass a lot. That I think is actually really fun. I'm a huge fan of Massage Parlor Murders, and of course, A Woman's Torment. If you don't have A Woman's Torment, definitely want to pick up. It's by Roberta Finley, who was like a great director. And she does like a lot of different stuff. She did like not Blood, Mane, and Point of Terror, but I do have a double feature that she did, and I'm pretty sure here it is. Primeval Lurkers. Primeval is better than Lurkers in my opinion. What's my favorite Jackie Chan film? I don't know. I started seeing like a lot of people. Some of my friends started watching Jackie Chan around the Rumble in the Bronx time. So I told you about Pets. I told you it's a great film. But I started watching Jackie Chan kind of before he was a name, because the theater that I went to, like, they used to show a lot of early stuff. So I really don't know. I mean, I watched a lot of the early Jackie Chan stuff. Like I watched the police stories and stuff like that, and they came over later on and were redubbed in that. Does the Arrow have a Jackie Chan edition? I don't think so. No, I think it's is this Eureka or Second Sight that does that? I don't have sidekicks. Well, include the limited editions. Well, there will be limited editions. Obviously, they're all limited editions. Oh, so are the limited editions going to be on sale? Yeah, like they're always on sale. I do recommend going to that spot first. Once you get like the new stuff, the Vinegar Syndrome sale is on the 28th. Starts on the 28th. I think I got that correct. Steph will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it starts on the 28th. So next week, actually, next weekend. But yes, if you don't have pets, get Pets. Pets is a really fun film. Do I have Conga? Do I have Conga? I don't think I do, actually. Yes, I have all the Rudy Ray Moore films, which I strongly recommend you pick up, especially if you watch that, like the Netflix movie, which I haven't yet because me and my better half are going to watch it together. Uh, oh yeah, I did. So we've been together for like a long time. Me and my better half have, and I got down on bended knee, this morning, and asked her to make it legal. Just just put that out there. Uh, Unbelievable. I don't have them, but I have seen it there. And she said yes. Just say, oh, I give Pet another chance, man. Pet's not a chance. Dolomite, I grabbed, uh, got them all. Both me and my better half are huge blaxploitation fans. We're huge Rita Ray Moore fans. She said yes. So Brian, hi. Um, Tell them eventually we'll get to do something again, hopefully in the near future. Whether we're talking about a movie like Prophecy or Vinegar Syndrome or something like that. A lot of people love Deadly Daphne's Revenge. It's not one of my favorites. I like it for its oddity, um, but I'll never like look at you and tell you Deadly Daphne's Revenge is a good. It's not a good film, but it is an interesting film. It's not what you think it's never what you think it's going to be. If you go in expecting Deadly Daphne and Revenge, you're not going to get that. If you go in expecting like reading the back of it and expecting like a rape exploitation film, you're not really going to get that either. Uh, Thank you. You got to dodge. You got to pick up the Angel trilogy. You know you got to. I need the children. I still don't have the children. No, not at all. Like a spin your grave. Don't expect anything like that. You're not going to get anything like that with Deadly Daphne's Revenge. It's a very tame film. Um, Pieces is amazing. Pieces is one of my favorite films. Do I have a least favorite? Honestly, this is not throwing shade on any of the films because I love all my Vinegar Syndrome titles. The hardest one for me to get through so far has been Demonite, and a lot of people love Demonite. It's one of the big releases. It got a big slipcover, but Demonite is one of the ones that I found, and maybe I just haven't seen it at the right time, or I just haven't sat down and watched it, and when I was in the mood to watch that type of film. It's, it's those little films, like the films that came out on those Vinegar Syndrome like 3 and 4 packs, like Chillers and stuff like that. Those are the titles that I want to see. I know a lot of people want to see like a lot of the Toxic Avengers and stuff like that. That's okay down the road, but I'd rather see stuff like that. See, cinematic. I'm the opposite. I don't think they've put out many erotic. Well, I guess erotic. If you don't like the X-rated stuff, I completely understand that. But I don't think they've put out enough of the kind of like the body chemistries or the night eyes or films like that. The next Arrow BOGO, I'm not sure. Maybe around they could do one around Black Friday. The good stuff, Mike. I only have a few of their titles. Like as you can see, I got like two. I got two of their what do you call those again? Peep Show, Peekarama titles. Two of those. I did pick up Dracula Sucks because I actually think that is a legit good film. I do. I will go stand by that one. I'm missing so much. I know I am. But it's one of the greats. This one too, by the way. This is one of the newer ones that they put out. But you have checked out this one. This is a really fun one. Came out in October. You picked up Body Chemistry 2 for $2. That is a good film. I love the Night Eyes series. The Body Chemistry, the first two Body Chemistry films with the original actress, Lisa Pasilla, I think her name is those are actually really good. Scorned is not bad either. I can't remember Scorned 2 so well. Those really kind of stand out. And when I do stand out, I do mean that they have good stories too. No, I don't have 50% of Vinegar Syndrome's library yet. Like I only got like 97 or so of their titles. So there's like a lot more for me to get. Like right here, for instance, Lust into Dust was Vinegar Syndrome number 278. So I've got a long ways to go. I forgot the Inner Sanctum films actually. They are numbered. All Vinegar Syndrome titles are numbered. I'll just show you one right here. So this is the 5 films, 5 years, for instance. And as you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see right there, is the numbering, right with the Vinegar Syndrome logo. Every time I see the logo, I hear that music in my head. One of my crowning achievements for Vinegar Syndrome was getting, do I know what number 1 is? Actually, yeah, I should. I don't have it though. Let's see. Oh, yes, I do. Wait a minute. Is this number 1? This can't be number 1. This is Exploitation TV number 1. Does anybody know, Steph, do you know what Vinegar Syndrome number 1 is? This has number 1 written on it, but I don't think it's number 1. The last film's A Horse Grown. Thank you. I don't have that one, Daz. Though I should have it. I got a lot of Hirschgren Lewis films. I got the box set right here, like it was blood films. I don't have his earlier like nudie cutie films, which are the ones that I do still need to get. That was when they first started. Did they number it with the Hirschgren Lewis, the last films? Was that numbered at that point? Because I know that was part of their when they were doing like the crowdfunding. That was smart. Hopefully tomorrow, if my mail comes in, I might have an unboxing to do. You got the check. But yeah, it was like they did a what's the word I'm looking for? Vinegar Syndrome did a crowdfunding thing. That's how they started. I want that release so bad. You got. So what was that? Exploitation. That must have been one of the Exploitation TV releases. Some releases got like Exploitation TV logos on them, and they were re-released afterwards without Exploitation TV logos. So the Exploitation TV logos may be a little bit harder to get with the Vinegar Syndromes, because they re-released them without them after Exploitation TV. Exploitation TV was no longer a thing. Which, by the way, if you're one of the people that got Exploitation TV when it was around, it was glorious. Oh yeah, the DVDs have numbering on them as well. They're smart to put numbering on their stuff. You know, I'm going to carry a box or something around here because I really like the fact that I can stand up and I'm not at crotch level, that you can actually kind of like see me here. And I'm guessing you're kind of glad about that as well. This is probably going to be my watch tonight. I've been wanting to watch Murder Lust for a while. It's an Intervision title from Severin. Or Project Nightmare. I'm not sure which. Maybe I'll watch both. But I hear this is horrible. But I'm excited to see it. It's got a great cover. That's what I know about this film. It has an amazing cover. Murder Lust. And a great title. It's from enigmatic director Donald M. Jones. I don't know who that is, but we'll say that's somebody big. And as Eli Rich of the Jigsaw Murders. By day he's a youth counselor at his local Los Angeles church, but by night he's a sexual psychopath who murders prostitutes and dumps their bodies in the Mojave Desert. How can you go wrong with that? Anyway, guys, with that being said, I so have to go get some tea. I am working for for the next 4 days, so I did not expect to be doing this video. Actually, I did expect to do a video today. Uh, thanks, Oz. Have a great one. I am Aaron. This is the movie library. You guys are the movie club, and you all rock. Be sure to check out Steph's episode of Just a Disc, which I'm pretty sure is the last one that came out, because it's which I've listened to like twice now. So, does Shameless ever put out Percy's Progress? I don't think so, but I will look into that. And I am out of words without starting to babble. Have a great night. It is time for a decaffeinated tea because I have to work in the morning. Have a great night.